Oi, oi. Welcome to what will be a quickish sort of live. I've come back to tell you how things are coming along with my efforts to become a political party, which are developing. And I'm going to be sharing my constitution, my manifesto, which is beautiful words in this post. And I'm going to go through some of the remedies, which there's so many problems in Britain, for example, right now, which are echoed everywhere else, places like Australia, New Zealand, America, you know the score, and Europe. So we're going to concentrate on some of the problems after I've read my manifesto and some of the remedies proposed. But this is like an open and transparent party. So anybody that wants to get involved is quite welcome to and have their input. So is the nature of democracy. It's not going to be like any sort of weird dictatorship. Everything will be open and above board because we're going to be sorting this place out and cleaning it up. Now, I have a sneaky suspicion, or I have a sneaky feeling, that a lot of people would feel quite comfortable voting for Marticus, for me, because I'm always going to try and do the right thing, guys, you know, and hopefully the cabinet that I have around me of trustworthy people will tell me where I'm fucking up. And if they're not happy with my leadership, you know, have the right to raise hands and, you know, demote. I'm saying that everybody is going to have an equal chance. You know, this is like going to be a new way of thinking and a new way of doing politics. Okay, because what they got going on is not working. Everything is just crumbling and decaying. Well, got the remedies for all of that right here in this post. So buckle up. Hope you can hear me all right. Could you let me know in chat? Anybody in chat? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, there's 15 of you there. Just say yes. Hiya, Clementine, forever. So yeah, let a few of you rally in, and then we'll go through this. A few of these posts. Yee, am I good, Nicola? Thank you, sweetness. Okay. So yeah, I'm in need of a few, you know, for the structure of founding a constitution and a party. I need like a cabinet. I need people. I need a secretary. I've got a treasurer. My son here, Lawrence Leake, who's like really genius with mathematics and that. So I couldn't have thought of a better person. So that is absolutely awesome. It's completely trustworthy. So there's that. A deputy leader. No, I don't like the word leader. That's getting a negative connotation. Also, the word minister, as Lawrence has brought to my attention, is mini star. So it's a bit belittling, isn't it? It's making you like mini man. So I'm thinking master, and I'm not sure if that's any Masonic connection, but master is a naval term, and I think it's empowering. So maybe we'd be called masters instead. I like that. Master Martin Leaker. I don't know. We'll have a think about it. Anyway, changing the structure of politics and society is tricky business, and it needs a lot of thinking. So hopefully we can utilize this think tank now to think ways of getting the world out of its troubles and bringing the truth to humanity about the place that we're living in, because everyone, as you know, or a lot of people in the mainstream are completely lost. They don't even know what they mean anymore. And it's a really sad situation. But I see a way out for everybody. I see a time in the near future where everybody will be happy and groovy with their existence instead of the opposite. It's going to be good. Okay. Welcome all. Good to see you. Heart of the earth. Beautiful day to you. And Mark is in the house. Good to see you. Get my vote. Good. Okay, Mark. Well, setting up a party is like I need to tell them, which I'm going to be telling you about. They want to know my financial aims. So if I end up with like 1 million subscribers, which probably would, and then it'll donate to the party, because apparently that's how parties work, what am I going to be doing with the money? Well, it's brilliant. I got an excellent plan, because I am not going to be in it for me, because I'm in it for the people. This is where we come in. This is where we come in and save everybody, guys. This is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's actually a historical moment right now, because this will take off, and I am going to make it happen. So in a manner of speaking, you're witnessing the founding of possibly what I think will be the future government of this country, which needs sorting out. I can't think of better people around me, actually. So there you are. Alva Billy, much love to you, my brother. Good to see you. If you was in Britain, you'd be definitely on the council or whatever it's going to be called. Juicy and Lucy, good to see you, lovely. Okay, let's have a read of this manifesto and its core values. Now, it is going to be amended and it is a draft, but it's essentially that now I have to work within the parameters of politics the way it's structured today. Okay, I completely dig that if the common law was to be brought in, that it will all be over tomorrow and we could all get on with our lives. But I got a sneaky feeling at the moment, because of democracy the way it is they're not going to actually do that. So I'm going to have to work within the frameworks of how politics works, come under the radar and slip in with saving everything. Okay, that's how the way this is going to have to be done. So we're going to work on that. And aspects of all of what I just said will be coming later on, because it's got to get the nuts and bolts out of the way first, which is having politics are the problem. Well, this is why I'm going to go and remedy them. Anybody else? So we sit on the internet, Michael De Silva, right? We'll moan like fuck and never do anything about it, yeah? So I'm willing to stand up over the parapet and do something about it. Politics sucks, bro. I completely understand that, but it's the way things are fucking done. So that is what I'm going to do, okay? Don't kiss the wall, Martin, promise. Mr. Skinflint, there's about as much chance of seeing the Pope's bollocks as me kissing the wall, my friend. Okay, that ain't happening. We on it. We on the wall. And I'll say I got Tourette's, which I have, guys. You've just seen it happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to pee on the wall. Just cut my leg out. Freedom. Freedom to pee on the wall. Freedom to express myself. Anyway, funny, Mr. Skinflint. No. So obviously, some parts of my manifesto is beautiful for all, but some of the remedies are obviously going to be not happy with every section of society, I'm afraid. But I'm afraid they'll just going to have to call a wambulance. Wambulance. Listen, you'll see. It's all swings and roundabouts, but we're going to make it work. Okay, so I'm sharing here the down-to-earth party full constitution. It's not. I'm going to be amending it, and I'm going to be expanding upon it. But this is the core values of what we are trying to achieve here on the down-to-earth party. So, name and identity of the party. The organization should be known as the Down-to-Earth Party. So that is going to appeal to everybody in Britain because they're pretty much down to earth. And it's a nice under-the-cuff reference to our beautiful flat earth, don't you know? So the party is a peaceful, creative, and community-driven movement dedicated to questioning assumptions, exploring alternative perspectives, and promoting transparency in public life. This is the way we want to go. Foundational purpose. Now, the party is founded on the belief that inquiry is a human right. Institutions must be accountable. Communities thrive when empowered. So we're going to be empowering communities. Creativity and humor illuminate truths. Compassion is the highest political principle. And the party does not require any specific cosmological belief, because I'm sure that that is going to come up a lot with the politicians, is that I know the earth is flat. So this is going to be absolutely awesome. Vision statement. The party envisions a society where people explore ideas freely. Government is completely transparent. Education encourages curiosity. Communities shape their own futures. History, open to reinterpretation. Discourse is respectful. And love is the answer, guides action. Okay, so this is where, above all, be kind actually will be played out in healing a world out of fear back into love. 4 core principles. Radical transparency. community sovereignty, so small self-governing duchies, and all of everything that we produce will be put into local shops to be sold cheaply to the community, affordable. Everyone gets to eat real food, everyone gets to eat properly, and everyone gets to be healthy. This is the way we're going to go, community spirited. Freedom of inquiry, so we're allowed to ask questions without ridicule. You're not thinking like me, that's against my cult. Why? That will not be happening. Is freedom of inquiry. Respectful dialogue. So I'm allowed to say the earth's flat without steam coming out of your ears saying, no, it's a globe. Okay, because I've got steam coming out my ears saying it's flat earth, have I? Because I'm not actually making any claims or defending anything. It just is what it is. Humor is the greatest healer of all. And I think people and the society need to get a bit more humorous and lighten up with it all. Creativity. We're going to have more time, more spending money, okay? More time to do what we want to do, which is creative quality, okay? If you want to do music, poems, write books, whatever it is that you're down with, you'll be able to do, because you will have a shorter day in work if you do work, and you'll be home by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll be able to spend time with your family, okay? Like they do in the Czech Republic. Early working shifts, home, and then you get to know the family and build the family unit back together. 5, membership and participation. My members is open to all over the age of 16. Rights include voting, okay, voting, and proposing ideas. Bring it to the table, and we're going to look at it. It won't be ignored, okay, and we'll have a show of hands. This is how this thing works, okay. They're on about democracy, it's an experiment. We'll make it work. Accessing information, Freedom of Information Act. No secrets from people. We get to know the whole score, okay? And that includes all of the things that are not real in society, no longer actually being given any energy and gotten just not there anymore. Compassion first. So re-examining history. Oh, I've done that one, excuse me. Responsibilities including upholding values, which we're going to do. We're going to show how people can actually behave in this place instead of being childish, spoilish, sport brats, which is what I can see on the streets of Britain. Can't make it work. Maybe somebody can do it for me. Throw my rattle out of just like children, actually. So they need to take responsibility, accountability, and stand up. Okay, take sovereignty for their own actions. Values and engaging respectfully. So above all, just be respectful, be groovy. That's the way we roll in the Down to Earth party. Yeah, they can go steam coming out their ears all they want, but we got this. Governance and structure. So the National Assembly, which is the Assembly for Wales. So we got a guy in at the moment, which I intend on replacing. Okay, this is where it's going to start, is the highest body in Wales, okay, which is under Westminster, unfortunately. Local circles and grassroots hubs, okay, and offers serve transparently without unchecked authority. So complete transparency in every aspect of society, and we're going to know what's going on if anything dodgy is going on, because this is going to be a cleaning up of society and corruption as well. 7, decision-making framework. Consensus first, majority vote when needed. Let's have a show of hands. Oh, okay. All processes transparent. Love it. 8, transparency and accountability. Financial disclosure, where all the money's going. We'll have to tell you about that now. Donation transparency, just post them publicly if people want to be public or not. Keep it down, but everything's going to be above board, because we're basically not doing what the politicians do. We're going to actually use it to facilitate change for the better in society, which is what we're going to do. Public minutes, officer accountability, so it's like open mic, and ethical channels. 9, community empowerment model. Now, I really like this. This is where you get a bit of self-worth for people who are thinking they're meaningless, not doing anything in society, and then it's off to the drug farm. This is how society seems to be in Britain. You've got to give people self-worth within their community. They see change, all these flowers showing up, the houses looking really groovy, the grass looks beautiful, the trees look beautiful. People are going to feel that they want to improve upon that. And then if it's affordable for people to live and have spare spending money, yeah, they want to go to a concert, if they want to do stuff, because everything's too expensive. Okay, so if they could make it affordable for people to go to places and find cheap parking, for example, and somewhere to stay that is not supporting any evil regimes, for example. And that can go for the foodstuffs as well, actually. Any foodstuffs that are supporting child slavery and that, and they won't be in supermarkets anymore. Like Nutella, for example, and palm oil. Anyway, cultural mythical identity. Well, mythical storytelling is the way that they would say, but I think that all of mythos is in actual reality. So mythical storytelling, humor, symbols, creativity, alternative histories, and cultural diversity. This is what we're going to be promoting. Policy pillars: education for curiosity, transparency for governments, and community-led development. That's going to be important. Environmental stewardship, really like that, especially on board the good ship Marticus. Are you on board? You know it. Cultural freedom and economic fairness. Right. Ethical code, integrity, compassion, anti-corruption, respectful dialogue, and transparency. And that's the way forward. So we've got a long-term mission, not like Stalin, but I'm thinking on a 5-year plan, okay, because these things seem to get hurried along quicker if you give it a deadline to fix everything in this country. Yeah, the seaside resorts, you won't want to go to Spain. You want to go off down to West Wales because it'd be that beautiful. Everything will change. Okay, the whole realm will lift. That's what we're going to do, because all of that negativity and fear is what's creating the nasty ass environment that we got to put ourselves through on a daily basis. 13, long-term mission: a society where people think freely, communities thrive, institutions serve the public, creativity is celebrated, and history is explored. Compassion guides policy. Love is the answer, becomes a lived reality. And I think that is going to be the cure for everything, really. And our communities thriving, and then a self-worth with it all, and then expanding upon that. And then that goes out exponentially into the rest of the realm, and then everything is cleaned up. All of it. So this is more to come on to this. As I said, it's my draft before I propose it for my political party. This is where you guys come in. Comments would be really helpful right now. Even if you've got, like, you know, problems with it, let me know. I really like to know. Founding Declaration: a new political culture rooted in curiosity, transparency, community, compassion, truth, creativity, and love. You in? It's a given, isn't it? I don't know. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. So what are you saying? We need grassroots on board that rotation every year, says Ask Squirrel Sniper. Okay. Authenticity is important too. Well, yeah, that's going to be, well, that's a given with me. And obviously not going to have any weirdy guns in the party. It's obviously going to be people that everybody knows and trusts, or get to know and trust, and can speak to, and is approachable, like yours truly. So some of the rebuilding the structure of society ideas, some of them obviously are not going to be pleasing everybody in society, but you can't, like Bob Marley said, please all the people all the time. So there's that. But this is the way it's going to roll. And I'm going to be dealing with some of the issues of Britain that are a bit minefieldy, but it's got to be approached, because they're going to talk about it when I actually get there. So there's that. Put this live stream through whatever is protocol and let you know. Oh, thank you. Put it through your live stream. Awesome. Thank you. I am live on Facebook also. If you have Facebook, good to see you today. Gutanga. So I'm supposed to have a financial scheme of what happens to all of the money. Well, the start on the streets. the streets need to be cleaned in every regard, everything from poo bags to shopping trolleys to the shops that we have to encounter every day because they're all gone to the dogs, and the beautiful old Tatarian buildings, which are all boarded up for some weird, spooky reason. So the money will be ploughed into a program that gets everybody homeless off the streets and all of the drug addicts through a recovery program. And then they will eventually end up in these buildings that will be refurbished. So all of the Tatarian buildings in Birmingham, Cardiff, Manchester, everywhere that are all boarded up and left to rack and ruin, they will be refurbished for the program. Bringing down rent, making it affordable for everyone. Obviously, the taxes and everything else will be approached, and especially the council taxes being filtered to councils for something that it doesn't seemingly is happening because the whole place is a mess. So if you're a drug addict on the street and you can't do the internet and everything, that what will happen is there'll be a new regime of curing, and it will be using plant medicines, maybe an ayahuasca farm, recovery programs where you don't have to go through cold turkey. And then after a week or two of cleaning you up, showers and baths, and you're feeling like you can cope with any of it, there'll be full support that can help you with the forms and housing and everything else, which will be getting everybody off the street and into these places. And nobody will be homeless and nobody will be going without anything in this society. Free the weed. Now, that's really ridiculous. Some countries can just buy it on a corner shop. Yet in Britain, they're the biggest, apparently, cannabis producing country in the world, but they do not give it to their people. You won't get done with it, but it's supposed to be still criminalized. It's criminalized. So that has to be sorted out. And then like in Berlin, you can start opening up coffee shops, okay, and stop selling alcohol maybe until 5 o'clock in the evening, so that everybody in the day hasn't got to suffer, especially the children going to school or alcoholics queuing for their alcohol. If they need it, they're going to have to maybe go to these coffee shops that will be on the corner as a replacement. That'll be another thing that will be combated, is mass alcoholism. There's so many problems with culture at the moment. You know, there's the noise and frequency pollution, which is deliberate, which is driving some people who are vibration and frequency sensitive up the wall. So that's going to have to be dampened, and that's going to have to be limited for the sake of all. And like I said, we need to be able to get people out on the streets in the communities growing food. So what we need is reseeds. Not like you get in B&Q where you just one crop and then they die off. We need seeds that we can reseed, propagate year after year with good stocks of real food, okay? And then sell them in these shops, because all of them shops that are laundering, like all of the multiple, you do not need 10 Kurdish barbers on a British high street, okay? And the rest are nail bars or tanning centres. Limit them right down. And then they can be turned into recycling centres, okay? And we're also discussing how to get rid of fly tipping. Well, free incineration plants. The incinerators would be used to make electricity. So, and they won't want a fly tip anymore because we're giving them an incentive to actually do it. So that will be over with. And the recycling centres to be put in place, and that will give people something to do, like they do in the Czech Republic. Everything is recycled there, and the society works so much better. So along those lines, and then everyone can have money, and then they'll have spendable money that they can buy stuff with and get better, get off in life, and that will happen. So a less stressed society is what we're looking at, and a less stress. So we got health service, which is causing a lot of stress on people who actually put their name down and have to wait to go there for 6 months with something really wrong with them. So we need to phase out into an affordable, really high quality medical service, a brand new medical service, high quality, affordable, maybe like if they put 20 quid in a month or something. Along those lines. WHS. Do you like it? Okay. So other problems we got in Britain, the biggest problem at the moment, which is what I'm going to have to talk about, definitely they're going to talk to me about it, is the migrant crisis. Okay, calm down. Now, I do think that all unvetted, and we don't know who they are, and if they are of a certain age and they're a male and they haven't got a passport, we can't do a background check and find out who they are, okay, then they should be deported. Everybody else who's here, well, that'd be groovy. They're here already. So what we're going to get them to do is work for us instead of just hanging around looking on their mobile phones all day, walking around parks. How can they work for us? Well, we're going to be building a land army like they did in World War II. The ladies used to build all crops, send them to farms, help the farmers who are struggling. Okay. And then the farmers, when we repair their problems with the fuel costs and everything else, be able to start, and then Britain will become a major European, because the weather's definitely suiting it right now, especially down south, farmer, and we will produce the best quality food. So they can work on the land army for 6 years, also possibly juggling with the idea of national service, 6 years minimum. Scrap that one. Anyway, so yeah, working in the land army, helping farming, and then that gives them self-worth, because they think like, you know, what's the point of being in this godforsaken island? And then they can have some self-worth and something to go forward to too. So it works better for everyone. We all get food, everyone stays healthy, everything carries on. Anyway, it's tricky. We'll work on that. So utility bills in Britain are the most expensive in Britain. So obviously bring them down. We need volunteer programs, not in the nature that they've done it before with a load of communist grasses. We need good, real people who want to help everybody else, including the old ladies as well, because they seem to have a rough time, don't they? And we want to bring in rent-free months into Britain. So if somebody can't keep up on their rent, they're not going to be worried about being evicted, because they'll be like 4 weeks a year rent-free. I think they should bring that in. So yeah, farming, growing your own food in the community, selling it locally, and then driving money into the community. And then all of these empty shops in all of the communities in Britain will be full, will be vibrant. And then you can have an outside cafe quarter, everybody drinking coffee, nice little fairy lights up like they do in Spain, and bring that to Britain. Make it that people want to go outside the door. Make it that people want to go and talk to people outside. Okay, that is what needs to happen. So financial reset for all. So that means all of the deficits from African countries and poor countries that are struggling to pay the deficit back to Britain every year should be defaulted and set to 0 so that they can build themselves up too. It's only fair. And all of the debts in Britain that everybody has should be reset to 0 so that everybody can start over afresh. It's a financial reset for all, and it's the only way to do it. Defense is going to come into it, guys. So I would be in the mentality of you do need a defense, and you would need to protect yourself, because once people get jealous of how groovy the island is, they might get sights on taking it over, Xerxes style. So you're going to have a laser defense mechanism, one of the highest grade of technological defense ever to be produced in the world. Scrap Trident, because that ain't happening. Along the lines of railguns and laser domes, but for real. Okay, and then you will need like loads of people like dying ever. Just keep it all defensed. So if anyone does come try, you know, take our shit or bomb us in any way, it won't be able to happen. So there's that. So, oh yeah, all foreign debt scrapped, all UK debt scrapped, start over, net 0. Car parking's a problem in Britain, but we got that one sorted too. Underground. So you're driving down your high street, and I've seen this in other countries as well, and you just drive down a ramp to a massive underground car park, multi-layered, cheap. Okay, so they will encourage you to come into the city instead of I'm not going into the city because there's nowhere to park. So that would sort that out, okay, and help their climate. Help their climate, because they'd be banging on about climate change. But it's getting warmer. So more accessibility for disabled people, elderly people, and make everything more affordable. Like I said, the nail bars, the salons, they're going to be reduced and replaced with places to sell food and recycling centres, because that's where the money's going to be in the local communities, recycling everything. Okay, guys, make it, clean it up, sell it on. That is an industry in itself. People with billions, guys. We need to, in Britain, invest in manufacturing, and we need to have miles longs of roads with huge factories manufacturing stuff like we used to in the past, instead of importing it all from China. Bread, real bread. We need bread without chemicals. Can you imagine? There's a business opportunity to invent a bread like old-fashioned bread. That would be absolutely beautiful. So toxic aerosols, any testing on animals in any way regard is going to be taken away. That is not going to be permitted in any regard, or any cruelty to animals will be one of the most severest penalties you can face in this realm. Okay. Any cruelty to children will be treated harshly too in the jurisdiction, because these things are aspects of society that are going to be gone. Okay. So bringing more compost loos locally for children's schools and in public places, and then you won't be putting any stress on or any money finances into the sewerage system. This is a really good idea. Ban vapes in schools. Now, these teenagers sucking away on vapes all day, they're going to get really bad health with all that later on. It's not a tested science, is it? So again, this is going to help with when they leave school and they grow up and all of that. When they have the choice of, well, I don't fancy getting drunk because they don't sell drink till 5 o'clock. I think I'll pop into that coffee shop, the 420 on the corner, which is probably much better for their mind and body. Like I said, fly tipping won't be needed because they will be incinerated or given incineration free, and incentives to do it as well. So that will be over with, which is absolutely brilliant. And also makes fuel. Poo bags. Now we can invent something to sort it out without the human beings having to start their day with sorting themselves out and then having to get a bag around their hands and pick up a dog poo. Years ago, never seen a dog poo bag. Dog poo bags are a new phenomenon. Okay, so how do we overcome that problem? Corks, maybe? How? Well, I think self-individualized RFID chips in the bags, so you can identify whoever's dropping the poo bags, and then a hefty fine maybe. Maybe that will give them some, oh, I'll just leave my shit bag wherever, thoughts out of their minds. No more wasting money. Now, rainbows. Oh, it's my bro. Locke, can you take over for me in 2 secs? Stay there, guys. Don't go away. I'm back. Yeah, that's my friend. It was a flat earther, by the way. So, what's that? I've not been to an airport for years. Recently dropped off a friend. And got fined £60. Listen, they're meant to be stressful for a reason. I've got my breath. Give me a second. I was running up down the stairs. Anyway, back to my team. So, potholes are a problem. Where's the money going to come from to fix them? Well, these rainbows that they've been painting everywhere, rainbow crossings, rainbow flags. They are sensory overload for many people. Some people can't do multiple colors. It stresses them the fuck out, guys. And costs a lot. You know, that causes mental illness. So the money that they used on that can be used on fixing potholes, maybe fixing the curbs and the infrastructure for this place, which is degrading terribly. Possibly ban smartphones in schools or limit the time, maybe between classes, etc. Because the kids on the mobile phones, God knows what they're looking at, guys. You know, it can't be good. So I think that they need to be limited with their phone usage. Drag queen story hour. Yeah, well, they can actually fuck off with that because that's not good. Okay, so all of that nonsense will be over. Freedom of speech. That means this like communist dictatorship that if you say hurty words, you're likely to have the police. This happened to loads of auditors in Britain in the last week, just for auditing on the streets of Britain. They're knocking their door, they're sworn to silence, and they're like literally in trouble. They're looking for legal aid for people to go fund them because they're in that much trouble just for speaking the truth and bringing the attention away from the mainstream media to what is really going on.
Truth is not allowed.
Truth is not allowed. Not allowed. So yeah, retraining for teachers as well, because the kids are going to have a new curriculum. They're going to be home earlier, but things along the lines of things that they're going to be needing in real life, for everything from foraging to what to eat in the forest to, you know, real things that financial stuff as well, but how to cope in the world instead of just when they leave, they're already got, you know, ADHD and dyslexia and everything else that happens when you're young. More meadowland. I think there should be a big push on the old meadowland. I really dig in that. It helps the insects and everything else, doesn't it? And I really love the look of all of them meadow flowers, man. So keep going with that, but expand upon it. You know, the reservations on roads. I seen this in Austin in Texas. It was beautiful, guys. All forest. I was like driving through a field. It was beautiful. So it will be joyous for people to go anywhere. And signs. We don't need all them billboards and signs. That needs to be limited. That's just sensory overload, like the rainbows, which is meant to be, guys, along with the frequency and everything else. So yeah. Things like patient confidentiality with doctors needs to be actually a thing, because when they're shouting your business at a counter, okay, to everybody to hear, even your telephone number, that shouldn't be allowed. And they shouldn't be reading your documents either and then telling other people about what they've read in there, which I've encountered in my life. Housing allocations should be pushed forward quicker and people should have somewhere to live. Nobody should have to wait stressed out for somewhere to live, and it should be affordable. Nobody can pay $1,000 a month in Britain. It's fucking ridiculous, and that's what they're charging because nobody's earning that much money. But there was money around, and what is needed for people to be happy is money to spend on what they like. Okay, expendable money. Drive this thing that they got going. So people with dogs, there should be specialist houses for people with dogs, because there are so many homeless people who are actually on the streets just because they love their dog and there's nowhere for them to go with their dog. So I think there should be specialist housing for people who love dogs so that they got somewhere to go. Off-grid should not be illegal. Off-grid should be promoted. If people want to fuck off and buy a bit of land in the countryside and get a well and then live off-grid, that shouldn't be hampered in any way. That should be, yeah, everyone in in Earth, what are they? Earth ships, that sort of thing should be just promoted and pushed. Not like, oh no, don't go run away. We can't get any. We won't give you any gas. And as I said, working day to be reduced. Like home 2 o'clock, in time for when the kids come home from school, so they actually, fathers and mothers, are not like, the kids ain't latchkey kids, okay, so they get proper looking after, and then they can all be together, and literally, if they limit the phone time, you know, as well, people actually get to talk to one another. This is where we need to go, guys. You know, people sitting on a table discussing stuff and eating together, you know, just simple things like that mean so much. The family unit is what they destroyed. So yeah, limit the working day and then more hours so you can go and do stuff with your family of a day. Go out to the park or whatever. Stuff like that. Or to the woods. Like that. Anyway, I need a logo. I've been working on logos. I can see the thumbnail for this video. Let me know if you've liked that. Nice tidal wave and lightning, a tidal wave of change. So I was thinking water, whales, lightning, power, strength to come through. And we need a slogan. So obviously, like, you know, strength through joy is not a good slogan. It's already been used. That's a joke. We need a slogan. Like the Labour Party had things can only get better with Brian Cox cinema. I like once in a lifetime, the Talking Heads. So I'm not sure if get copyrighted for that, but I do like that song because it's a lot of clues in there.
Maybe a road to somewhere.
So this was an interesting week. Can I just show you what I got down the shops, because it is very Welsh and beautiful. It's my daffodils.
Oh,
They come back to life. I put them there for you to see. Okay. That's nice, isn't it? And my Polish crystal vase I bought in Poland back in the day, in the Przyszninka. Anyway, a story for another day. So I went to Cathays a day or two ago with my mates to go and look at this venue that Mark Devlin did his musical truth tour in that I went to Saturday night. Anyway, the guy says to me, oh, yeah, you can hire it. It's like, wicked, how much? He's like, oh, well, it would be only about 120 quid, something like that, and a deposit. So I was like, well, okay then. Anyway, the manager of, so I go through, we're getting the band together, because we're getting a band together, you know, David's brother and drums, and it's going to be, you know, the Down to Earth band. To play at my festival that I was going to have in this hall in Cathays in Cardiff, but at shit parking. Anyway, he come through with he was like, oh, loads of flat earthers rubbing his hands. And then he wanted then a monkey, 500 quid. I was like, I don't think so. I paid for a really posh place in Houston, which was a damn sight cheaper than that in Houston Heights. And then you're in Cathays and you're trying to charge me more. I don't think so. So I had to cancel that. I tell him no. So I am looking for somewhere else, but it's going to be a place where it'll be a meetup for the truthers, okay? And a place where we're having a band disco, and I'm going to talk about proposals and going forward. I'm going to need flyers. I'm going to need a website. I'm going to need so much stuff in my political campaign, okay? And I'm only doing this political campaign because I do think that I could actually get somewhere with it, because I'm one of them. I'm one of the people, man. And they know that. They know that. And I'm in it for them. And we can clean this place up. Like the proposals, some of them are going to be tricky, guys. There's a lot of structure of society that is psyoped and that they earn millions off of. So there's a problem with that. But I guess once you're there, well, keep dreaming. If you ain't got dreams, you ain't got nothing, can it, dummy? Anyway, down to earth is the natural order of things. It is. But it's not gravity. Just saying that. Free flowers for everyone. Ooh. That would be good. Free flowers for everyone. There's Nathan, my brother. Much love to you, Nathan. Shinquita. Is it? Siqui. How do you pronounce your name? Hummingbird. Institutional empathy, imagination. Listen, build it and they will come. I'm guessing you like everyone's like, yeah, in your fucking dreams, Matt. A lot of people are. But I tell you what.
Build it and he will come.
Build it and he will come now, because it's been a Mandela effect. Don't underestimate me. And the people of Britain, they're going to love this. They're going to love everything I'm doing about it. Yeah. I'll get the vote of all of them. They'll all vote for me. I'm a little piece of all of them, you know. So what's that? One EOEs. Got a letter, challenge, clamping, rang the police who yeah, you know, clamping is a thing. So if you've got a giant underground car park, a lot of space down there, you can have like 20 stories of them, cheap. Instead of £16 just to go to town. No ugly parking garages replacing beautiful Tatarian buildings anymore. Because that broke my heart when they replaced Cardiff Fire Station with a big nasty ass car park on Westgate Street. I was like,
In Pooh Brown.
I was literally in shock.
It's colour.
I was like, where's it gone, man?
The
She
colour
knocked
is-
it down, Matt.
The colour's Pooh Brown.
Yeah, it's a Pooh Brown colour because of all of the nasty ass air over the years. So what's that kind of done me? A bad vegan don't spoil the brunch. People can be who they want to be as long as they're not forcing their ideology on other people. And that is the truth of it all. You know, you do you, boo, in your own house. Don't come out and tell everybody to go and join your imaginary world. That is that.
Brunch for everybody.
Brunch for everyone. So do you mean they actually got you at the airport? Oh, well, that happens to me bloody every time. Airport. Oh, my God. But I expect it anyway. So there's that. So it doesn't matter. It's been happening since I was a teenager. So, Mark, good positive stuff, Mark. Breathe of fresh air. Good, 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 good. Okay, well, I think it's a good thing. I love reading the... What's that, Nicola? Yes, by the fire. Oh, yeah, I'm on the beach by the fire. Lovely. Oh, it's lovely. Yeah. Pembroke Beach. Pebble Beach. Oh, Pebble Beach. Oh, it's not Pembroke then.
No, it's not Sam.
That's hardly neutral banning presidents. Listen, it's early, I don't know. It's early days, yeah. I'm working on it, guys. There's a lot of moving parts to it all, I'm finding. Disabled century-friendly society. Whoop, whoop. Oh, yeah, this is what we want. We don't want all nasty-ass bright lights and flashy things and all that to do with people's heads in. It's horrible. And like the noise you get in Starbucks. Is it they doing it deliberate? If they got the coffee machines connected up to amplifiers, like Murder One, it's like... You're like, oh... Jesus Christ almighty. Yeah, the doggy bags are so whack, so unsustainable. Spreading parasites, surely. Well, the dustbins used to have like lollipop wrappers and crisp packets. Now they're like literally that full of like literal shit, dog shit. It's like, how is that even permitted? And then you got to walk past it. Well, yeah, whatever. So, we got, count me in. Okay, this is where I like to go. Leslie, good to see you. Count me in, Martin. No toxins, no nasty ass aftershaves and perfumes which take your breath away when you're trying to get to your departure lounge at an airport, because you've got to hold your breath and run through there, because it is that they'll literally kill you. So there's that. Also the subject of zoos as well. I want to approach later as well, because I've got a bad thing about like anything to do with cruelty to animals. So we need to sort all the animal welfare rights out. That's a biggie. So yeah, more along holistic thinking, and you know, I'm sure everyone could be cured in this place if they just had the right attention and care. Except, you know, it's down to like making people money and all of this these days. It's the care's taken out of it. There are good souls out there that do amazing works, but in my experience, they're always ousted by the state. They don't like these good, kind people, really. Remember Molly, the nurse, how kind she was? They got rid of her because she was helping old people and taking her for walks. It was like, oh, what a beautiful human being. They're like, she got to go. They don't want you too good. So I think if you shine brightly and then you walk into these environments, yeah, king of your, you know, your captain of your ship, they can try any of that. I will listen to it and then I will come back with what I know, which is always going to be a damn sight more than they know, isn't it? So there's that. So yeah, much love to you all. I got to get going. I got stuff ongoing. It's been like bloody Piccadilly Circus here this morning. So much love to you all. Thank you, Nicola. Thank you. Ooh. Sugar pie, honey bun. You know that I love you. Free speech, yeah. You can say hurty words. You can say bomberclat. No problem. I think Bumperclat's actually allowed, isn't it? It's Bumperclat, huh? I don't know. There you are. I get the dread. Whackadoozy. All Rasdas vote for Martin Lika as well. All Muslims too, because the flat earth is in the Quran. So all of you are flat earthers. So you must vote for me. All of you. Everybody. So there's that. Oh, I'm going to manage to get all the votes in this. This is brilliant. I'm so buzzing. So what's that, Brian Wilson? I have not paid council tax for 14 years. and how the system works. They hate me for it. See, I can't live in that. I went with the free man stuff. I'll talk about this.
Off-grid is okay.
Off grid is okay if you got the cash and the money to do stuff. Great. If you
Or
got
a shovel to build an airship.
shovel, build an airship, or you got a camper van, go to the woods. Brilliant. I'm all for it on a boat or a barge, what have you, if you've got the money, always. But I did that, and then they was like sending me like, oh, we're gonna come round tomorrow with like bailiffs, come into your house and take all your stuff. No, I didn't mind them taking my stuff. I just didn't want them evil vibes in here. I might get my hair off, so I was like concerned. So like instead of living like with my nerves shot to pieces like they are already, that don't help. So I stopped resisting. I thought, oh fuck me, I'll just pay it. So I did. And then now they just leave me alone and I can have my thinking space back, not be stressed the fuck out about them coming in and stealing your stuff, which I haven't got much of anyway. It's only books. Don't think going to happen. But so I didn't resist. And I know it's shit. I know how this place works, but I'm just saying on a personal level, it was making me ill. So I just had to do it. And good for you, mate, Mr. Wilson. 14 years and that, but like they're going to say, if they're going to say you owe them like tens of thousands. If you ever owned your own house, they'll take it. And I know this has happened to a friend of mine. 1984 in a nutshell. Wow, this is where we're going to come out of all that. If you pride rainbow stuff, then rescue my. I don't know what that means, Alva Billy. Maybe somebody else does, But yeah, use the money for them on potholes, fix them bleeding potholes, and then might put the chiropractors out of business. They sort of rely on humps and potholes, don't they, for injuries? So there's that. But no, potholes and the roads and the pavements, which are all up and downy, and the dog shit bags. I'm not really a fan of urban graffiti as well. Maybe that could be replaced with that stuff they had in Spain, which was like vines and trees and palm trees and nice things on the side of a building instead of all this rap culture stuff that we have to endure. Okay, I'm not really down with the rap culture. It's all about like just bad news, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm not really down with all that. So I don't think we should have to look at it all over our states either. And they
no tagging, do smart.
No tagging, do beautiful art. That would be it, okay? Not agenda driven either, because that seems to be a thing. Lord Racer, what one? I'm very high, but I'm the most high with me firmament or firmament. Said Lord Rasta. See you, man. What's going on? Color changes all around. Yeah, color changes all around. I like when they have the different colour houses. The Estonians, when I grew up, you could always tell an Estonian house in Cardiff. They always painted their houses blue, black and white. So you're just going through like Camden, it's blue, black and white house. You knew you could knock the door and it'd be an Estonian. It's crazy. They don't do that shit anymore. Make graffiti beautiful again. Yes, brother. Let's make it beautiful. Let's make it, it's like inspires creativity. You get all these really groovy artists coming out on the street. Yeah, they want to do some break dancing and get it down like Nosy while they're doing some painting. Fucking do it. Sounds groovy.
No tagging.
No tagging. No. This is not the Warriors. We've moved on. No tagging. Perverts. The earth don't be horizon humper, says our Lord Racer. Okay. I'm going to go. I've got stuff to get on with. This was just a quick. I'm going to be back for flat today. 97 of you. This has been the Down to Earth Party Manifesto, my new constitution. Okay. I'm needing a website. I've got to work on that. I'm needing a deputy master, a minister, deputy master, a secretary, not a secretary, a secretary. Okay. Somebody, I got my financial. So Lawrence is like sort of the treasurer / science officer. I'm thinking Mel wants to be justice minister, Melage. I think she'd be better as health minister. Giving birth home as well is something that should be encouraged. Don't have to go off to the hospital. You can have birth at home in a bowl of water if you want. It should be up to you. In the bath. Have a baby in the bath. None of that stress of it all. So that should be encouraged as well. Home births as well. So you'd have to go into there, catching them. Well, not the germs, really, you know what I mean, catching their nasties. Wild Moon Child, what's going on? Stay Wild Moon Child. I like that name. Dave the Damo. I vote for Boston Ray. Well, I vote for Boston Ray. Maybe if I vote for him through proxy, you can vote for me through proxy.
What if you rename yourself to
What?
Max Speed?
Max Speed? No, I don't like that. My son is saying, why don't you rename yourself like through Deepol to Max Speed? I don't fucking like that. I'm not quick. Not in everything, ladies. Max Speed.
Or Rock Hard.
Or Rock. Boudica, good to see you. Minimal government. We're going to make it really, really difficult for them to be doing anything, guys, because it's going to be like all their corruption is going to be like, oh shit, we're not going to be able to do any of it. It's going to be good. It's going to be the cure for all, and then maybe it'll be replicated everywhere in the world. Rebranding. Oh no, I need a logo. I need a logo as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Anyway, I'll be back flat today with more flat a dayness, which is in 2 days' time. This has been my first day come back on the 16th of the 4th of April. History, witness history, the founding. They'll play this back in the future as a similar moment in history. Oh, it's gone out. I'm going to put the window open. I'm going to go out into the outside where the sun is shining. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hug a tree. Thanks, King Shane. Thank you all. Much love. Stay groovy. I'll see you on the next one. See you on the weekend. It's also tricky. I'll work it out anyway. So a whole new president of, oh, I like that word. Whole new president of politics. It's never been done before. Because it's going to be like, oh my God, they actually care. That's weird. Well, they're actually doing stuff. Man, look at this place. It looks fantastic. There's no way the Wales should be a shithole. This should be absolutely beautiful. And the only reason is because of the lack of care and attention and resources being pointed in the right direction. Common sense party. Thanks, Mark. We can fix it all, mate. We knows how to do it. And I was thinking, you know, if I just had a cabinet of geniuses, everyone in the cabinet of genius, imagine what we could do with this place compared to their load of numpties. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. See you in the next one. Wales, yes, Wales. Donald, yes. Eventually, people will need a passport to come to Wales. That's part of it as well. Because it will be one of the most desirable locations in Europe. Our beaches are going to be fantastic. Money to lower the rent. All the influx of money will come in to make this a more beautiful place. And it will be so desirable that it will be envied, I guess. But yeah, so on. You do it then, and everybody else will do it. That's how it's going to work. Anyway, that's been my thinkings for today. Cutchies, stay Wild Moon. Cutchies to you and all the chat. I got Cutchies coming off. Stay Wild Moon. Yeah, man. Klaus will be. Oh well, that's just tough shit. I'm going to give them a run for their money, and I'm definitely replacing that one that's in the Senate right now. That's going to be a good day. I'm looking forward to that. Hope it's televised. Oh, it's going to be awesome. Anyway, see you soon.